What's up folks, Jay here, and today we're going to go over how to make customizable designs that you can sell on Etsy. And here's why you need to watch this. In today's world of print on demand that is ever changing and ever advancing, standing out in a sea of millions has never been more important. And creating customizable products is your answer for every single niche. Now you might be wondering, like, what happens if you create a banger customizable design that takes off, right? Let's say like at Christmas or something, you're going to be sitting here for days writing out each customizable name or year or whatever like that. Those days are over. We're going to do a little bit of niche research, figure out what's trending, what's hot, and what we can kind of convert or combine to make our own unique design for Father's Day. And then we're going to design it in Canva because I know a lot of you are Canva users and that's what you wanted me to show. So first we got to validate that the designs are actually in demand. We're going to do that with Everbee and Etsy. And then we're going to use a software called hellocustom to automate the customizable aspects. So it's literally, you'll just have to look at your phone and hit approve and that'll be it. And it'll automatically get printed through Printify. All right, so here we are on Etsy. I just searched Father's Day shirt and I wanted to see what showed up here and see if we can identify any kind of emerging trends here. So I'm seeing the color scheme here, and here. These have been popular for the last year and a half, even 2 years maybe. There's the same kind of color scheme again. Dad in bold, color scheme again. Dad established 2024. Awesome like my daughter. There's that color scheme. There's Dad established 2024. Papa, color scheme again. Dad established again. More of the same. So the fact that this stuff keeps showing up lets me know that there's some kind of pattern forming here. It means that, there's probably going to be a bit of demand for this stuff. Otherwise, not everybody would be doing it. And we're seeing bestsellers here. So I'm going to command click this. It'll open a new tab here. Let's see if we see any other bestsellers coming up here. That's a bestseller. And bestseller here and a bestseller here. So this is kind of the idea, a mix of these stuff. And I'm using the everbee Chrome extension. You can see right here it says on, so that lets you know it's there, and you can hover to the left and it kind of gives you some options right in Etsy. It's kind of handy that way. So I'm just going to analyze this listing and see what we got here. So monthly sales 120, estimated monthly revenue is $4,200. So this is telling me that there's an absolute demand for the niche, and this is something that you can sell all year round, not just on Father's Day. This one in 20 baskets, super simple, another $1,000 a month. And this one, mom and dad established, what are they doing for volume here? Look at this, 125 sales a month, almost $6,000 in revenue. That tells me that there's a massive demand for this stuff right now. So let's see what we can do. And 9 people bought this in the last 24 hours. So that's telling you that it's definitely, hot right now. And again, it's the comfort colors that are looking pretty good here. And if you caught yesterday's live, you know that we're thinking of doing comfort colors as well in the new shop that Stacy and I are opening, that we're going to be fully transparent and you'll be able to see everything. We're going to show you, start to back, like listing our first item and that sort of thing. It's going to be full transparency. So that said, we know now that there's, a demand for this. So we can go right into Canva here, and right here you can just go create a design. I'm going to go t-shirt, and you can see that it populates 14 by 18 inches already. And now we've got our artboard here. So all I'm going to do is create a text box, add a text box, and type dad. Let's make this, I don't know, 144, yeah, no, not big enough. If you hold option, it'll pull both corners there. Just move this up so we can see what we're talking about. And let's go with impact probably. Yeah, I think we'll do impact here. So I'll just make this a little bit wider to sort of fill screen here. Okay, and then you can go into elements here and you can pick from a whole whack load of different elements to use. These are things I've used recently. And I was actually searching earlier today for something like this. So all I did was type in father, and then it had graphics, see all, and then that popped up here. So I just clicked on that and it drops it right on top of your image here. So you can just, move this around however you like. I'm actually going to make this white so it stands out. And then we're going to make this a little smaller because we want to make this dad a little bit different than just the generic, stuff that's out there right now, right? So it's just typically they're just the letters DAD. I'll just zoom in here with a command or control plus. Yeah, the letters are just DAD, and we want to make this a little bit different here. So how does that look? Yeah, I think I like it right at the bottom there. That looks kind of cool. It doesn't impede the word dad. It's perfect. It'll work for any dad who, has a boy or a girl. It doesn't really matter. It'll work for either. And it's small enough that, no one's going to notice if it's a boy or girl anyway. And it just looks a little bit better than just dad on its own. So the thing we want to do next now is knock this out. So we want to make sure that the t-shirt color shows through underneath. So for example, if we're on here and our design, this was like a light blue or teal, we don't want this to be white on it. Or if we did like a gray or something like that, we wouldn't want this to be white. We want the shirt color to show through. So I'm going to show you how to go about getting rid of this right here. And it's actually really easy. So now we have our design. All we have to do is download it. You click share up here, and then the download is right here. And I'll boost this to about 5,000 pixels. I know that's a really good size based on the standard settings for print on demand. And then I'm not taking transparent background yet, and I'll show you why. I'll just click download. And then we'll go right into our downloads folder here and drag that right back into Canva. And instead of deleting this, I'm just going to leave it here in case you want to, go back and change the colors, something like that. So I'm just going to add page, and we can change this to, a teal or something that would make sense for a comfort color shirt. And then we'll just click on our design here, and you see it's brought in as a flattened PNG image, which is, seems like not something you'd want on a shirt, right? You don't want to have that big white block. But the reason we save the file without removing the background is so that it'll think now that this is part of the background, this white, and then we can just edit photo here and click background remover and let it do its thing. And there you go. And now you can see the shirt color through. So let's say, for example, we can change this color to, I don't know, even a white, and that's white. And we can change it to, navy is probably too dark, but we can go, like a royal blue or something, or one of the lighter colors that are in the comfort color realm. And you can see that design right through, right? So now we can go right back and download it as a PNG with transparent background, and this will come and download right to my computer again. And now we can come over to Printify and create our product. I'm just going to click on catalog. We can go into men's t-shirts, and there is the comfort colors garment dye t-shirt. These are super hot right now, and there's more and more printers that are adding these to their roster, which is great because there used to only be 1 or 2. And Monster Digital is usually my go-to, but today we're going to use SwiftPod because they have so many colors here. And if we click on provider info, you can see that all of the colors they have are all in stock. They've got a ton of them. They just added so many. So these are the 2 colors we were kind of toying around with today. Lagoon blue could look cool, but you can see with Printify Premium here, quite a big discount, right? So you're looking at, what is that, $3 and almost 21 cents difference here. So if you wanted to try Printify Premium, I do have a coupon that I'll leave in my description down there. It'll give you 30 days of Printify Premium for free, so you can at least test this out, or save the coupon until you're actually making sales, and that way you don't lose that 30-day window. But yeah, so let's just go and start designing here. We can just go right to the design, drag and drop, and there it is. I'll just make this a little bit bigger, can center it there, and we can select our variants. So by default, white is selected. I'm just going to deselect the white here because I don't actually sell white, almost never anyway. Pepper is a cool color. It's like a washed out sort of black. Black we won't use because the design itself is black, so it won't show up. We can pick khaki, maybe that island reef, that same idea that we were looking at, maybe a lagoon blue, and the washed denim looks awesome too. So now we selected our colors, and if you wanted, you can come over here and click the drop down here, and it'll show you all the sizes that we've chosen. Depending on how many other print providers offer the 4XL, you might want to deselect it in case you run out of inventory come a Q4 or something like that, because you then won't have a backup printer 4XL size. But for right now, we're good. We'll leave it as is. I will update, and then we can just go and save product. And once we have our product, I will deselect a few of these because when we push to Etsy now, it'll take a little bit less long when we have less images here. You're going to want to go into Etsy and swap out your mockups anyway for something a little bit more maybe niche centric or something that suits your brand a little bit better. So I'll just deselect most of that stuff, and then we can, while you're in Etsy, you're going to have to change the title and tags and description and all that stuff anyway. So we'll just publish this now, saying publishing here, and then shortly it'll say uploading images, and it takes about 2 minutes or so. There it goes, uploading images, and you can see the product was sent to your Etsy store and is currently waiting for the mockup images to upload, and this can take a while. I've had it take seconds, and I've had it take 2 to 3 minutes. And now that it's in here, we want to enable personalization. So I'm just going to click on the item here to go into it. We'll just turn this on, and then instructions for buyers, you're going to want to put something like add the date, and then make a little note that the item will be printed exactly as you have entered it. And then I always put an example, so you can put 2024, or you could put, for example, February 2/22/24 for today's date. And this is what the customer will see. Add personalization, add the date, and it will be printed exactly as you've entered on your text. And then you would scroll up and tick the Printify private, and then you click Now you know the product is active. And then we're going to go over to hellocustom here, and you just create your account to sign in. And I've got a coupon code down below you can try for 30 days free, I believe. So then we just want to add new here for our template. We're going to upload a PNG, and there we are. So now we want to add text here. So we'll just go lines of text, and we'll just make this fill here. We'll choose black so we can easily see it. And then I'll just double click, and we'll say 02, 02, 22, 24. And we can move this up here, and let's actually center this, and then you can just kind of bring that in, and we'll bring this in and move it over till you see that line, and then we can go right to the edge here, so at least that fits. And you can make, you know, the text as small or as big as you want. I might do it a little smaller and center it there, and then we can change the font here to be something, you know, a little that makes more sense, a little more fun, but maybe not overdo it here. That'll do. And then we pick our product variants, and it's only going to show us what we have listed in Etsy right now, which is only the one. So I'll just click that one, and then it's saying step 2 is select the product SKUs that this template will be used for. We're going to leave all of them enabled, and these are the relative SKUs in Printify. Update. So the next thing you do, once you've selected your text and edited that, you want to come and click tag, and we're going to select date here. So you've got options of name, date, address, and phone number. In this case, we're going to do date, and that's going to tell their trained AI to recognize when somebody's speaking about a specific date. It'll say, can you make the date this? Because sometimes customers, when they order on Etsy, they won't just say 2024 or put, you know, 02, 22, 24. They'll do something like, can you please make the year 2024? They'll write a whole sentence, and you don't want that whole sentence necessarily to be printed. In this case, it tells the AI to only enter the numbers as a date. We'll give it a title. We'll say Dad Hello Custom Test 1, and now that we know that this is the name for this particular design, we can go publish and make it active. Doing its thing, and now you can see your template here, and it is linked to the listing in Etsy. And then once it's purchased, it'll show up in the approval queue here, and I'm just going to hit this here because I can't actually buy my own products. It's against Etsy's terms of service, and I sure as heck do not want to get my shop kicked off. But this is what it'll look like. So you'll see the quantity, you'll see the size they ordered, the color they ordered, and personalization. Can the name be Samantha and the date be 2023? In our case, we only had one element and we tagged it as date, but if we had a name in there, you could also customize it and tag it as name from that drop down menu, and you can approve. You can approve this right from your smartphone, wherever you happen to be on the go. You'll just get a notification, and as soon as you approve this, if you have it set to automatic fulfillment, it'll automatically fulfill your order, and you won't have to worry anything about it. You've already laid your eyes on it. You know what the variations it's picking, and Bob's your uncle. And that is literally how easy it is. It doesn't have to be any more difficult than that. And that'll also, like I said, set you apart from the millions of listings already out there that say Dad or that are tagged Father's Day. Adding personalization is going to be a game changer. AI in the mix here. If your business isn't leveraging AI in some way, I think your business is going to be left behind. And that is literally how easy it is. Make sure you grab your free copy of my Ideal Customer Workbook. It'll help keep you focused and figure out exactly who you want to be targeting. It's free down below, and I've got free 30-day trials for Printify Premium, so you get the best pricing, everbee, as well as hellocustom down below. So if you have any questions or concerns, please hit me up in the comments, leave me a like for the algorithm, and I'll see you guys in the next one.